Now, you're about to witness a social experiment revealing just how ageist some people are.
Yeah, it puts younger Aussies against over 50s, and the fallout is quite something. Stereotyping at its best.
Let's maybe eliminate the older guy.
Oh.
2.
No and no.
Yeah.
A social experiment organised by insurance company Apia asked young Aussies to cast 3 adverts, and for each one they chose people their own age.
How about this guy?
He's not one that represents fitness in my eyes. Because he's got all the droopiness going on.
The ad was for a fitness club. One by one, the over 50s were put on the reject pile, even though some were trained fitness professionals.
And they'll be less likely to be dynamic because
They're older.
All of the young people had very ageist views until they came face to face.
I'm feeling a bit guilty about this. Things I said. Shocking, actually, to see how, you know, complete strangers see me.
We used to be your age.
Yeah.
We've aged physically, but mentally we're still the same.
Joining us now, social commentator Jane Caro, who's over 50, and behavioural researcher Kieran Flanagan. Well, because we went to school together, so I know. Jane, what do you think of that?
Well, I think it's a really interesting experiment, and it doesn't really surprise me that that was the result that came out of it. I would say one thing, though. They seem to have picked the most beautiful-looking older people they could possibly find. I would have cast them in a nanosecond. They were absolutely
gorgeous. And it still didn't work.
Well, there was a photo, Jane. But hang on, is this human nature, or is this really people? You know, it is a youth-based society, whether we like it or not. And I say this as an older, you know, I'm not saying I'm part of that youth, but, you know, this is human nature. We like attractive young people.
Well, I think the thing we need to remember, though, is that we have an ageing population. So we have liked attractive younger people, but we're about to see the biggest ever transference of wealth ever in the history of the planet, according to Boston Consulting Group.
Yep.
They estimate the values between $12 to $40 trillion all going to women over 50 because their partners are dying and their parents are dying. Well, I'm not suggesting it's a plot, by the way. It's just what's happening.
Not murdering them.
Yeah, exactly right. But it also has always been inbuilt, isn't it? When you're over 50, like, if you make a mistake, it's because you're getting old.
Yeah.
When you're younger and you make a mistake, it's because you made a mistake.
Or because you're young and silly.
So young and silly. We do tend to stereotype according to age, and we probably always have. But I will say this, I think that once upon a time, there were very few people who survived to get very old. You know, we all died much younger. So we got obsessed with youth, and getting older was, you know, closer to death. But now we've got the opposite, as you were saying. We've got an increasingly ageing population. So I think we're going to see attitudes towards older people really change, because, as you say, if they've got money and spending ability and they become a powerful market, let me tell you, advertisers are going to start reassessing the way they cast ads.
They'll have to. I mean, they'll have to get the market. I mean, and lots of cultures revere their elderly. It's not a global thing that happens. You know, they go, wow, you're the matriarch or the patriarch of this family, and, you know, it's a Western thing that's going on.
See, I've said to our kids, we're going to spend all the money and then move in with you. Well, the look of horror they do in Japan and Italy and stuff like that, why not? They go.
Exactly.
Not with us.
But I think
maybe
also,
that could be because of me.
Well, it might be personal.
Rather than cultural.
Rather than cultural. That's always possible, David. But I think the other thing, too, is we do have a view, particularly about older women, that they're not sexy, not glamorous, not the aspirational audience. For example, writers' festivals and things like that are absolutely full to the brim of older women who've got time, they've got money, and their kids are grown up so they can go and indulge what they want to do. But there's still an attitude amongst some arts organisations, we have to get a younger audience. And I often wonder why. You will get a younger audience. It'll just take a few decades, and then they'll grow into wanting to do the things that they have the time and the interest for.
There's that great Diane Keaton movie set in the Hamptons with the beautiful house. You know, I think it's called Something's Got to Give. And she's so productive. She's a playwright, and she's divorced, and then, you know, she sits at home night after night after night. She's so productive. She's like, no, I can't get a date. So yes, I know what you mean.
Cash and time is what's going to happen.
And
to
very
these
productive people.
And we need to start designing with
the only break we get. All right. Thank you,
Let me tell you,
get rid
over
of
50
us.
for women is way better than under 50 for women.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You get your life back.
Apart from marketers saying we're leaky and saggy, I'm not 50 yet. But that's what they do, right? Which is horrendous.
I don't care what they say. That's the other thing.
I can't wait for all the leaking tag. What a great thing to look forward to.
We're not
Thank
leaky
you.
anymore. That's the point.
Stop it.